Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta on a very Swiftie Sunday. So glad you all are here. You may have noticed we've had 6 different accompanists the first 8 weeks of the year, and I'm excited to say that Mr. Rick Lateral at the piano has joined us as our permanent accompanist now. We're so happy you're here, Rick. We've got a fun, folky service for you. This first song is by UU folk singer Shelley Jackson Denham. Please rise in body or in spirit. We'll sing, we laugh, we cry. We laugh, we cry, we live, we die. We dance, we sing our song. We need to feel there's something here to which we can belong. We need to feel the freedom just to have some time alone. But most of all, we need close friends we can call our very own. And we believe in life and in the strength of love. And we have found a need to be together. We have our hearts to give, we have our thoughts to receive, and we believe that sharing is an answer. A child is born among us and we feel a special glow. We see time's endless journey as we watch the baby grow. We thrill to hear imagination freely running wild. We dedicate our minds and to the spirit of this child, and we believe in life and in the strength of love, and we have found a time to be together, and with the grace of age we share the wonders of youth, and we believe that growing is an answer. Our lives are full of wonder and our time is very brief. The death of one among us fills us all with pain and grief. But as we live, so shall we die, and when arrive the dawn, the memories we shared with friends, they will linger on and on. And we believe in life and in the strength of love, and we have found a place to be together. We have the right to grow, we have the gift to relieve, at peace within our living is an answer. We seek elusive questions to the questions of this life. We seek to put an end to all the pace of human strife. We search for truth, equality, and blessed peace of mind. And then we come together here to make sense of what we find. And we believe in life and in the strength of love. And we have found a joy being together. And in our search for peace, maybe we'll finally see, even to question truly
that's a long one, but a good one. And to question truly is an answer. Welcome to you all. I am the Reverend Megan Lloyd Joiner, community minister here at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta. Where we are transforming lives through courageous action and soulful connection through the eras of our lives. How's that for you? You have found a congregation that is alive with love and brimming with music. We celebrate many beliefs here and the ways that they harmonize in order to create a rich tapestry of faith. And in this house of faith, we celebrate that which holds truth for us across the generations, understanding that where we discover wisdom might vary, but we are united in our quest. We celebrate diversity in our liturgy, in our music, and our worship styles. As Unitarian Universalists, we join in asking life's questions. And we join in the joy of finding the answers together. We are a vibrant community that is growing and shifting in interesting ways, always learning as we go. You are welcome here. And more than that, you are cherished here. Welcome this morning to a special multi-generational service that draws on the music of one of the most influential artists of our time, the one and only Miss Taylor Swift. We all wore our sparkles. Welcome to the Swifties and welcome to the skeptics. Welcome to the, that's the skeptics. All right. Welcome to the readers of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution who saw the article about the service online yesterday and thought you might just check us out. And welcome to you hardy, devoted souls who have a practice of coming to worship every Sunday morning, no matter what the description of the service says. We are going to have a good time in this hour together. We need some joy in our lives, and we are going to find it, and we are so glad that you are all here. Next Sunday, we will begin offering an earlier 45-minute service here in the sanctuary beginning at 9:15 a.m. The parking lot is getting full. If you are an early riser, then join us at 9:15 starting next week, followed by Soulful Start religious education programming for all ages directly after. Our second service will continue to be offered at 11 a.m. I would now like to welcome my daughter, Arden Joiner Clark, and her good friend, Greta Smith, to light our chalice. And let us say the words of our chalice lighting together. May the light of this flame illuminate our tradition of seeking, invite all who yearn for acceptance, and ignite our passion for justice and peace.
Okay, so I am a Swiftie. And I have invited two other Swifties, Arden and Greta, up here this morning to help us with our Time for All Ages. So this was truly a mutual endeavor by Reverend Megan, myself, and Arden. We have created some gestures to a very well-known Taylor Swift song, Shake It Off. Anybody know Shake It Off over there? Yes. So the first part of this is going to sound, we're going to sing the chorus. The first part is going to sound very familiar. The second part is going to be the song of our lives, a parody. And I think that the actions are going to help you out. So Reverend Megan has been signing American Sign Language since she was very young. Arden, how did you put it?
She was in the earliest era of her life.
So she's the earliest era of her life. Yes. Yes, and so we have a few pieces, gestures that are going to be American Sign Language, and then we're just going to kind of dance it out a little bit too. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, and the lyrics are on the screen, for cruising, we're going to do the sign of continue in ASL. So you're going to take your thumbs, you're going to put one thumb on top of the other, like so. This is continue, and this is what we're going to say, but I keep cruising, yeah? Can't stop, won't stop moving. Another sign, it's like I got this music in my mind, it's getting in my mind, saying it's gonna be all right. Okay, so that's the familiar part, right? If you know the song, you know that part. Here's the parody. So, and the kids are gonna play. This is American Sign for play. And the kids are gonna play. The teens are gonna be okay. Yeah, this is also one of Arden's gestures. And I'm just gonna live. Yeah, live it out. Live it out. And Don's gonna go, yeah. Right. And then we're gonna do, and the adults are gonna keep, because adults are in their lives where they are keeping everyone. They're keeping the children, they're keeping our elders, they're keeping, right? And the elder's gonna be all deep, because we got our elders, right, with all that deep wisdom to share, right? And I'm just gonna live it out.
Oh!
Yeah.
You
Okay?
can sing that too. That's not
Yeah,
just, doesn't have
yeah.
to just be me.
Right. So we're going to do this all together. And don't worry if you don't get it this first time through. It's going to come back up. We're going to continue the song of our lives throughout the service. Okay. Here we go. You ready? But I keep cruising. Can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I've got this music in my mind saying it's going to be all right. And the kids are gonna play. The teens are gonna be okay. I'm just gonna live it out. Adults are gonna keep. Elders gonna be all deep. I'm just gonna live it out. All right. Woo! Good job, everyone. Good job. Okay, so you'll get to try it again and again. You're gonna go that way. You're headed off that way. So, Greta, you're gonna stay right up here. A lot of moving parts this morning. We're going to do our movement prayer. I've invited the Smith family to the chancel to lead us this morning. So please rise as you are willing and able and join us. Okay. First, we bow to honor the Spirit of life. We lift our arms and embrace the gifts of Spirit. We bring these gifts unto ourselves with gratitude and breathe and smile. We share these gifts with the world. We remember to be present. Honor. Embrace. Gratitude. Share. Be present. Okay, so as this is a multi-generational service, we are inviting our kindergarten through high school age children and youth to remain in our worship today. As a reminder, please feel free to utilize the fidget and craft items on our Wonder Wall. We do have childcare for our youngest children if they would like to recess at this time. So as our children recess, please take this opportunity to greet your neighbor, especially someone you have not met.
Taylor Swift is an acquired taste. When you first listen to her music, you just think she's talking about her life problems. But as you listen more, And as you get older, you start having problems of your own, just not quite so dire. As you feel more connected to her music, then you like it more. When you like it more, you start listening to it more. Eventually, you get wrapped up in her world, and before you know it, you can play Champagne Problems on the piano, and you know the names of all her cats, and the names of all her albums, in order. When you listen to the different albums, like Taylor Swift, Reputation, Fearless, Midnights, you realize how different the eras of her life were when she released these albums. This makes me think of the eras of my own life. This year, when I got into 4th grade, I thought about how when I was in 2nd grade during recess, when the older kids came out for their later recess period, they looked so much more mature and grown up than we were. But in my class this year, when we come out as the older kids and all the younger kids run past us, I still feel small. I don't feel older at all. When I woke up on my 10th birthday, I thought, it's my birthday today. I expected that automatically I would feel so much older. But as the day went on, I was disappointed to find that I felt like I was still living my 9-year-old life. As in the passage that we will hear later in the service, I felt like I was still young, but was supposed to be old. As you go through the different eras of your life, you have different complications. For example, when I was 5, I had an argument on the playground with my best friend over a dying cockroach. She wanted to poke it with a stick, and I wanted it to have a peaceful last few minutes of life. We both ended up in tears, and one of the teachers had to come over to help us. Now that I'm 10, I still care about protecting living things, but don't cry over cockroaches. Instead, the playground has become a place for sitting and talking, not actual playing, most of the time. This year, when I turn 11 in November, it feels like I'm almost going to be too old. It feels like the years of my life have gone by too quickly, like I'm going into a later era too soon. It feels like time should just speed up and slow down all at once. Like I'm going through my life too quickly, but some moments I don't want to savor. I bet many of us have felt this way before. When I was 8, I wished that year could go on forever. I loved my teachers and classmates. My younger sister was adorable. Then, again, I wanted my sister to grow up so we could play together, and I really wanted to be 9. As kids, we're always thinking, why do these grown-ups have to tell us what to do? I wish I could do whatever I want. But as you get older, and especially as an older sibling, you have to get more and more independent, still doing things they ask you to do. As Taylor Swift says in one of her songs, you're on your own, kid. You always have been.
But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. And the kids are gonna play, 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 play. The teens are gonna be okay, okay. I'm just gonna live, 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 live. Live it out, live it out. Adults are gonna keep. Others gonna be all deep, deep, deep. I'm just gonna live, 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 live. Live it out, live it out.
Our reading this morning comes from the author Sandra Cisneros, her passage entitled 11. What they don't understand about birthdays, and what they never tell you, is that when you're 11, you're also 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And when you wake up on your 11th birthday, you expect to feel 11, but you don't. You open your eyes and everything's just like yesterday, only it's today, and you don't feel 11 at all. You feel like you're still 10, and you are underneath the year that makes you 11. Like some days you may say something stupid, and that's the part of you that's still 10. Or maybe some days you might need to sit on your mama's lap because you're scared, and that's the part of you that's 5. And maybe one day when you're all grown up, maybe you will need to cry, like if you're 3. And that's okay. That's what I tell Mama when she's sad and needs to cry. Maybe she's feeling 3. Because the way you grow old is kind of like an onion, or like the rings inside a tree trunk, or like my wooden dolls that fit one inside the other, each year inside the next one. That's how being 11 years old is. So ends the reading. Hearts. Feel the heartbeat, connection to life. Breathe in peace. Say to yourself silently, I will love myself. I will love others. And that love can heal the world. At this time, we hear the joys and sorrows of this congregation. It is with a heavy heart that I share with you that Beth Gross, a beloved elder of this congregation, passed away peacefully on Friday morning, February 23rd. Her family writes, Beth lived to 101, and then she spread her wings. She leaves a legacy of co-creation with nature, fighting injustice with progressive optimism, and fostering love and dignity in the human community. A memorial service will be planned in the coming weeks, and an announcement will be made. Let us hold Beth and her family so close today. You are invited to say the names of the people you are holding in your heart this morning. Speak their names out loud into this holy space now. May all beings find connection. May all people find comfort. May all of us find ways to be more loving to one another. Spirit of life, love eternal, we rest in holy gratitude. We surrender to a mystery beyond ourselves, asking forgiveness for our mistakes, those times when we have been selfish or thoughtless. Breathing in and out, we offer grace. We forgive ourselves and each other. We begin again in love. We honor our earth, supporting and sustaining life. We breathe in, opening our hearts to wonder. And for this moment, feel that deep connection with all beings. Let us calm our bodies and our minds. We breathe in peace, and we exhale. We relax into this space that our intentions make sacred. We enter into the silence. The inspiration for this morning's service came from Arden. You can see how she is inspiring. Came from a writing assignment that she completed for school a few months ago. She wrote a vignette so convincing that my father called me after reading it to ask if Taylor Swift had indeed visited Arden's school. She had not. My favorite part of the story was when Arden rescued Swift's limousine from the carpool manager, stating matter-of-factly, "It's all right. she's with me. But I was also captivated by the lessons that Arden had Taylor teach the class. How to warm up your voice, how to harmonize, how to write your life into a song, and finally, how to protect your intellectual property. Yeah. At one point, Arden called out the producer who sold the master copies of Swift's songs out from underneath her, and the most important thing you need to know, Taylor told the class, was how not to be used. In Arden's story, Swift was fierce and friendly and approachable, a cat lover, generous with her time and her praise, and she was lots and lots of fun. Was Arden's impression of her in any way connected to reality? We really have no way of knowing. It's true that, like any persona, Swift's persona is carefully curated and crafted. But her ability to connect with her, shall we say billions of fans and their lives has resulted in what people are calling the Swift effect. Her attendance at this year's Super Bowl game contributed to it becoming the most watched TV event since the Apollo 11 moon landing. The dancing of her fans literally causes the earth to quake. Seismic monitors picked up the equivalent of an earthquake measuring 2.3 on the Richter scale at the Seattle's Eras Tour concert in July of this past year. Her song, Only the Young, which the choir sang so beautifully this morning. It's an anthem in honor of young people entering the political sphere. Only the young can run for office, and making change, the change we so desperately need that only they can make. She has inspired hundreds of thousands of people to vote in this country, to register to vote and to vote. And she now wields one of the most sought-after endorsements on the presidential campaign trail. Now, I will admit that Swift is not without controversy or criticism. We could go into it, and it would be a much longer service. So I invite you to explore that controversy and criticism. And still, I believe there is much to be learned by examining both her life and her music. It strikes me that she fits our worship theme for this season of imperfect harmony perfectly. So after Arden turned in her assignment, we talked about Swift's repertoire. Was it all angsty love songs? Was there anything of substance? What was there to be learned from this woman who had recently been named Time Magazine's 2023 Person of the Year? To find the answer, we listened. The four of us, my spouse Anthony and me and our two daughters, curled up in bed, and we listened to Swift's song Epiphany, her ode to medical professionals during the COVID-19 pandemic and to soldiers in the Pacific Theater during World War II, her grandfather among them. The song slayed me during the pandemic as I served as an oncology chaplain, and my brother was a physician in New York City. He was repurposing operating rooms as temporary ICUs. And incidentally, my grandfather served as an Army medic in the Pacific in World War II. Someone's daughter, Swift writes, someone's mother holds your hand through plastic now. Some things you just can't speak about. I still can't listen to the song without weeping. We talked that morning as a family about what had happened during those years the kids were little, a kindergartner, a baby. Then we explained what happened decades ago on faraway beaches when the world was at war in a different era. We lifted up the memory of the dead across the generations. Tears flowing at that point, we chose the next song, an anthem in honor of Swift's grandmother, Marjorie Finley, who was a singer herself. She was the one who inspired her granddaughter to make music. As the sweet serenading notes of the song Marjorie washed over us, what died didn't stay dead. You're alive in my head. I watched our youngest out of the corner of my eye. At 3 years old, she's over here, Sora has been obsessed with the concept of death. We first encountered it with her last summer when we lost a beloved pet. And now, as I tuck her in at night, this little one often turns to me and says, "Mama, you know, we're all going to die." "I know, baby." It's a lot. So I say, "I know. I am going to die," she says. "You are going to die. My grandparents are going to die." "I know, baby." "Okay, good night," she says. And she rolls over contentedly, closes her eyes, and I am up for hours. And I watched her that morning listen, rapt to Taylor Swift's words, and I knew she was taking them in and swirling them around in that small, amazing brain of hers. What does it mean that the beings that we love could still be around after they die? And I marveled. Might she remember this moment one day when we are gone? Will we stay alive forever in her head? God, I hope so. Sitting there that morning, I was 3 and I was 10 and I was 44 and everything in between and beyond. I careened back and forth between the past and the future, coming to rest right there in the pillows, little hands in mine, the songs of our lives lingering in my ears. Soon enough, we were off to the next thing, to cartoons and soccer practice and who knows what else. But Swift had provided the on-ramp to conversations deeper than one might usually expect for a pop star or a pop song. And for that, I am so deeply grateful. As a people, we Unitarian Universalists tend to be deep thinkers, do we not? Sometimes so much so that we can consider ourselves beyond the thrall of pop culture. When we do engage popular music, we listen attentively to lyrics. We critique a simple musical structure. We pull apart story and song. But we are a people who live with our eyes wide open, all of our lives, from childhood and beyond. We seek kindred spirits, and we find them, the souls who will journey with us through the eras of our lives, through heartbreak and betrayal, through joy and triumph. And aren't we glad that we don't have to do that in the public eye? Most of us, anyway. Not so for Swift. For nearly 2 decades, she has chosen a public path, turning out album after album, song after song, chronicling her life. Love and loss, growth and change, duplicity and public embarrassment, capturing the ethos of our 21st century society. Swift is vulnerable and exposed in her music, and this is why people love it, and her, so much. New York Times journalist Taffy Brodesser-Akner puts it simply, "When you surround yourself with Swift's music enough," she says, "you realize what she is doing. She is telling the story of moving from girlhood into womanhood, cataloging the experiences of what it is to grow up." At 49 years old, Brodesser-Akner describes the religious experience she had at the Eras Tour, a 3-hour concert spanning 17 years of Swift's musical career. She says that she felt saved by both the collective joy of the massive 70,000-person crowd and by Swift herself, whose music spoke to the journalist's own experience of life in profound ways that she had never heard anyone else articulate. Is this not what it means to be saved? To feel seen, validated, understood for who we have been, for who we are, and for who we are becoming. May it be for each of us that all the eras of our lives are marked by such connection, such belonging, such salvation, wherever we may find it.
Amen. Okay. Era number 2, here we go. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I've got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. And the kids are gonna play, 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 play. The teens are gonna be okay. I'm just gonna live, 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 live. Live it out, live it out. Adults are gonna keep. The elders gonna be all deep. I'm just gonna live, 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 live. Live it out, live it out. All right.
Good morning. One of life's true pleasures is finding those things that are very special to you, finding your heart's desires. It might be something very small, like that perfect pair of shoes that just fit right, feel great, and look terrific on you. Or it might be that book, or maybe that song, that didn't just move you, it really helped shape your life. Some of you may have experienced that on a college tour, where every school you saw was nice, but you knew it when you found the place that was just for you. I remember when my son came rushing home from school, first week of 3rd grade, dying to tell me about this kid he met, Jack, and how I needed to go right now to his house and meet him to find out for myself how special he was. 20 years later, Jack is still his best friend. Our sister congregation, Abundant Love, was founded 6 years ago with the express goal of being there for the people who needed it, who needed to find it. Located in what was formerly a UU desert, Atlanta's West End, and led by the inimitable Reverend Duncan Teague, this congregation is blossoming, it's growing, and it is embracing the joyful work of transforming lives. In solidarity with the mission and work of that congregation, this entire month, UUCA is sharing its plate with Abundant Love. Please dig deep and give generously on this last opportunity, because together we will change the world. Our morning's offering will now be given and gratefully received.
Everybody's waiting, everybody's watching, even when you're sleeping, keep your eyes open. The tricky thing is yesterday we were just children, playing soldiers, just pretending, dreaming dreams without the endings, in backyards, winning battles with our wooden swords. But now we've stepped into a cruel world where everybody stands and keeps score, keeping Keep your eyes open. So here you are, 2 steps ahead and staying on guard. Every lesson forms a new scar. They never thought you'd make it this far. But turn around, oh, they've surrounded you. It's a showdown, and nobody comes to save you now. But you got something they don't, yeah, you got something they don't. You just gotta keep your eyes open. Everybody's waiting for you to break down. Everybody's watching to see the fallout, even when you're sleeping, sleeping. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes, keep your feet ready, heartbeat steady. Keep your eyes open. Keep your aim locked. The night grows dark. Keep your eyes open. Everybody's waiting, see the breakdown. Everybody's watching, see the fallout, even when you're sleeping, sleeping. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open.
And now, please join me in the dedication of this offering. To the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action we call community, we dedicate our lives, and these are offerings.
When Reverend Megan first approached me about participating in this service, I had my doubts about my ability to engage fully. You see, I'm not what you call a Swiftie, and I suspect I'm not alone in that sentiment among those gathered here. But at one point, I did consider isolating myself in a room, immersing myself in her extensive music catalog, just so I could stand before you and declare myself a devout Swiftie. However, reality didn't quite align with that plan. Instead, I opted to explore a few lyrics, appreciate her undeniable talent, and embark on a journey of reflection, contemplating the ebb and flow of my life through the prism of song, from childhood rhymes to deeper, more meaningful melodies. Arden's reflection and the reading 11 resonate deeply within me. It's an important reminder that regardless of age, the child within us never truly departs. She remains intricately woven into the very fabrics of our being, sometimes forgotten, but never truly gone. At times, I'm struck by how deeply ingrained she is within me. Sometimes her presence manifests as old familiar thoughts of doubts, inadequacy, or unworthiness. Other times she emerges in bursts of uninhibited joy, dancing freely. Yet one thing remains constant. She is an integral part of who I am today. Each stage of our lives shapes us with who we are today, from carefree childhood play to the tumultuous teenage years, through the responsibilities of adulthood, and into the depths of wisdom in our elder years. Each phase leaves its mark. The kids are gonna play, play, play. The teen's gonna be okay, K. Adults are gonna keep, and elders going deep, deep, deep. But for me, Joni Mitchell's music holds a similar place as Taylor Swift does for others. Her song Blue encapsulates the essence of my teenage years, a mournful yet poignant soundtrack to that chapter of my life. Hey, Blue, songs are like tattoos, ink on a pin, underneath the skin, an empty space to fill in. Songs possess a unique power to define our identities and experiences. They guide us through the circle of life, reminding us of our journeys, twists, and turns. Joni Mitchell's song, The Circle Game, takes us through all the stages of our lives, reminding us we're captive on that carousel of time. We can't return. We can only look from behind for where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. While my childhood was not a bad one, my memories are of being frightened, alone, and unworthy. But when I want to honor that inner fragile child, I have a practice where I envision wrapping my arms around her. I hold her in love. I cherish all that she was. I acknowledge her worthiness and uniqueness. This powerful exercise has led me to a place of healing, wholeness, and acceptance. Libby Roderick's song, How Could Anyone Ever Tell You, is tender and moving. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. This song serves as a loving reminder of our inherent beauty and wholeness and our connectivity to others. But as I reflect on this stage of my life, I find myself in a place of profound appreciation. Of all the chapters of my life, this current one is my favorite. With decades behind me, there's so much to contemplate and cherish, but so many songs yet to sing. And a final message from Bob Marley. Rise up this morning, smiled with the rising sun. 3 little birds pitched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, this is my message to you. Ooh, ooh. Singing, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing's gonna be all right. Singing, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing's gonna be all right. I encourage you to sing your story with courage and vulnerability, for it is in the sharing of our melodies that we find connection and understanding. And through the gift of song, may you find solace, healing, and the boundless power of love, which can heal a windswept soul.
Please rise in body or in spirit. Let's sing together, just as long as I have breath. Just as long as I have breath, I must answer yes to life. Though with pain I made my way, still with hope I meet each day. If they ask what I did well, tell them just as long as my heart beats, I must answer yes to love. Disappointment pierced me through, still I kept on loving you. If they ask what I did best, tell them I said yes to love.
Oh, friends, let us say yes to kindred spirits and pop songs, to imperfect harmony and beloved community, yes to our children, and yes to our elders, and to all of us in between. Yes to spreading our wings at the end of a life well lived, and knowing we will be honorably remembered. Let's keep cruising and living it out. It is going to be all right. Ready?
But I keep